Welcome back to the Marketing Shakedown, where the sarcasm is strong, the coffee is stronger, and the burnout, we're dodging that like pros. Actually, it's my monster, not the coffee, but go ahead, Jody.
This month on social, we've been showing you the real side of Kemp, what it's like behind the curtain. So today we're taking you even deeper.
Yeah, we're talking about something that could have been chaotic, but it actually turned out kind of beautiful. It started with us getting real about our workload.
And it ended with us becoming even more obsessed with disc assessments. Spoiler alert, we're those people now.
I
We
know.
love personality tests.
Yes, we do. So the business is growing really fast, a whole lot faster than I ever dreamed it would. And I like to stay on point with, I hate to call it a team because I feel like we all act like owners and we all act like we're a big part of this. So I hate to call you employees and I hate to call you, we're just, I think, feel like we're one, really. And I'm very, very lucky to have each and every one of you. I mean that honestly and wholeheartedly. Um, we I like to talk to everyone, one on one and as a group, just to find out where everybody's head's at.
Right. And I think you've done really well at spreading tasks based on what people's interests are. So, seeing what accounts are really speaking to each staff member so that there's more room for inspiration whenever creating content for those accounts.
Yeah, yeah. And the disc assessment, we had every employee take it. And the disc assessment kind of tells us, it's really hard to explain it. It shoots out like a 35-page report and it tells you basically not necessarily what you're good at, but what you're interested in, what really, I guess, gets your goat. So if you're into numbers and you're into data and things like that, we know that doing something more creative may not be necessarily what you enjoy. Because I won't They say a lot of people leave the business that they're at because of not necessarily the work that they're doing, but the people that they work for. And I want everybody to be, I feel like if everybody's happy and everybody's, thriving and feel confident about what they're doing, that makes us a really good business. I really wholeheartedly believe that.
Right. You want to make sure that you know the communication style that people, that your employees want to be communicated with and how they should communicate with you. I mean, if we think about any relationship in our lives, like communication is the number one thing that will float or sink a
Right.
relationship.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so when you know how to communicate to the people who are in your circle, it just makes the whole process easier. So, yes, we all did a disc test. And Brandy, do you remember what yours was? How?
I'm a high D, and I think D and I were about the same, but D was just a
Right,
little bit higher, and then C, I believe
right.
is what it
And
was.
so that D is dominance,
Yeah.
the alpha female over here. So usually it's you're assertive, direct, results oriented, enjoy challenges, you're competitive, and influence, which is perfect for social media, are those who are outgoing, persuasive, sociable, things like that. So those two, and you're a Capricorn, not like that.
Don't
And
tell
then
everyone, Jody.
the other is steadiness and S, which do you know what you scored on the S and C?
I don't
C
have it
is
right in front of me.
conscientiousness.
Yeah.
So steadiness is patience, reliability, and supportive, calm, loyal, empathetic, and conscientiousness is analytical, detail-oriented, and systematic. So people who are precise and logical and disciplined
And I have more C's than
on your
anything.
team.
Yeah, than
Hmm.
anything. You're
Right.
You're a high S. Were you a SC?
I think I was in higher S and C. And
Okay.
usually, I've taken this multiple times, and usually my dominance and influence are pretty low because I'm just kind of like, I would say, a behind the scenes sort of person.
Hmm.
So, I just like to be,
The
in my
puppeteer.
laboratory, the
That's what your hands were
puppeteer in the
doing.
laboratory, in the laboratory, churning out things. So,
And
yeah.
ironically, everybody was a C.
Hmm.
Everybody was a C in that, except for Stephanie. She had a little bit of I, which I mean, obviously everybody's drawn to Stephanie. She's funny and energetic and outgoing, but I was shocked at how many that were all C's. But
Hmm.
I guess that's perfect for what we do, especially working remote.
Right. And we also took all of the DISC assessments and put them into ChatGPT and kind of asked it to do its own assessment for the whole team. And it sort of like gave us um, ideas for organizational charts and what kind of job titles would be best for each person.
Yes.
So I think that's interesting and something, last time we talked about the tape the taco tape. And
Yeah.
so if you're
Yeah.
going into the HR of it, you can use ChatGPT to help you with your actual like building out your policies, your organizational chart and things like that to help you like build the business from the inside out.
Right. Uh, it also taught me a lot about myself. I believe the DISC assessment because it taught me how to, which Corey works with us, my husband, and Cameron's working with us now, and it really helps for me. Sometimes I say things, and it comes off kind of aggressive when I don't mean for it to. And then this DISC assessment helps me. Why are you laughing?
Uh,
Helps me say things in a more gentle way, a more persuasive way. Not necessarily to get what I want, but to be able to communicate with them if there's been a mistake instead of how I would normally, I mean, what are you doing? You made a mistake. Fix it. I think I have a more gentle side since the DISC assessment. Big shout
that's
out to
good.
LT
I
leadership
mean,
for helping us with that.
it's I think it's hard also just knowing different personalities and age age differences and stuff too, just like how and different genders, just how to talk to people in a
Right.
way where that you can be heard and they can hear you, like anyway.
It would be
Um,
really cool if everyone in the entire world took a DISC assessment and wore their label. So you would know. But this has also helped me too to that there are some business owners that I talk to that, it helps me communicate with them also. If I
mhm,
see an error or a way that we're not communicating effectively with each other, and it helps me kind of decide, okay, Brandy, shut up. This is not the kind of thing that that person wants to hear, or maybe you should say this because this is the way that their brain works. So it's been very helpful just knowing what the DISC assessment is to be able to analyze people, for lack of a better word, when you're talking to them,
mhm,
because you can kind of
right,
see who's a high D or who's a high C or an I, any of those.
right.
I highly
It's
recommend
you need
if,
to.
go ahead.
I was gonna say just like learning your team, really
Yeah,
getting to know them, and
yeah.
them getting to know you. Yeah.
I Going back to talking to the team, I just don't want anybody. I know how easy it is for me to say, yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. I just don't want anyone to be overwhelmed. And I think that's why I check in so often too, because because I see the different personalities and I see, like, I'm always asked to join boards and I always say, yeah, what's once a month? I can do that. And then before you know it, things catch up and you're always having to go somewhere. And I think I want to check in with everybody because I see what their personality type is, and I want to make sure, please do not let me burn you out or overwhelm you because if this is too much, it's too much. Just tell me. I want you everybody to be open and honest with each other. And I think that's
Totally.
important also as bosses, owners, operators, whatever, to check in with your teammates and make sure, because you never know what's going on in somebody's home. You never do.
Right. And the mental health issues that people are having nowadays, I mean, all the time. I mean, there's always been mental health issues, but it does seem like the stress of the world can feel really heavy. And, that's not something, although the stigma is like less so than it used to be, but it's still something that's like internal situation, people's mental
Well,
health.
I mean,
So,
it's been doom and gloom since COVID, on
hmm
the news, on television, on social media, and a big part of our job is to monitor social media and to create content for people, and we try to be the light on everyone's account and not be doom and gloom and and stay away from that, but I mean, you can't help it. It just pops up all the time and trying to
hmm
protect our clients and our clients' audience from that, it's a lot of work. It can definitely, I don't think people think about the toll that it can take on you trying to make sure that we are the spokesperson for each business and our own. It's a lot.
right.
A lot.
So, how do you, whenever you're starting to feel the burnout, how do you kind of counteract that?
Uh, set a timer for 20 minutes and lay down on the couch. I don't know. I'm not the right person to ask that, to be honest. I am not the right person. Uh,
Well, you do like to go on adventures.
yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah,
I like to have something planned. I've made
right.
a goal that if I meet it by the end of this year, I plan to go to Dolphin Island in December. Uh, we did recently buy a camper, believe that, and we plan to go to the river on the weekends. It'll probably turn into somewhere different to work, but
hmm
it'll be easy to hop on a boat there, even though we live on the lake here. Just going from one
It's it's a
body of
different
water to
body of
the other.
water. Yeah.
Yeah. Water is calming. It's where the UFOs are. But
Right.
I don't know. I you know, sometimes it's just I look at my list and it seems extremely overwhelming, and then when I really look at it and think about it, it's not as overwhelming as it is. So I just try to, take one task at a time. I do my Kanban board every single day and move stuff around, that this takes priority or this takes priority. And we just picked up three new accounts like back to back to back. And we're all starting them in August, which is in like 6 days. So I feel the stress of trying to get them organized to get started. And I mean, really thinking about it, 6 days is a lot of time if I think
Right.
about it, because I've got a couple days scheduled off, not technically off, but I don't have to go to meetings, so I can really focus on those accounts. Plus,
Right.
working somewhere different, I can really focus and, get in some outdoors time while I'm working too.
Right. Some vitamin D is
Yes.
the way to keep you going.
Yeah.
Um, well, that sounds exciting and like a great way to still work, but also like take advantage of a different location to
Yeah.
sort of take you out of your normal routine.
So how do you
Um,
look, Jody?
uh, usually, I don't know.
We're both workaholics. We're the worst person to answer this.
Well, I'm going to be even worse because right now I live in a 750 square foot duplex with my husband and my child and my dog. And we've lived through this through COVID. We all worked at home and Brian went to grad school at home during COVID and Kyle went to did schoolwork. Was homeschooled during COVID, so we were all in the same place. But we're moving and I'm gonna have my own office and I can
Yay.
shut the door from them. And then I can also shut the door to the work whenever, because right now it's like my work is always there because it's
Yeah.
right in front of me.
Yeah.
Like I have my computer open at all times and my
Right.
brain is open at all times for whatever is like coming down the path. So that'll be nice to have like compartmentalizing my space and my brain in
Yeah.
those situations.
Separation. Yeah. Make sure
Hmm
you let me know when your off time is. So I will know.
I don't even Somebody take my phone away from me too. I will say, we like to go on, like on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. We like to go on like little adventures too. So we'll go, we like to thrift. We love to drive down to Atlanta and there's like different areas down there that's like in Duluth and Decatur. There's like tons of Asian restaurants and stores, and we love to go. My daughter's super big into K-pop, so we like to go down there shopping and
Yeah.
eating Korean barbecue and things like that, and thrifting. So that's kind of like going out to eat, going thrifting, or going shopping, or riding around is for an afternoon. Tends to be a good way to unwind for us. And I like to go to the creek, but I haven't been able to go to any creeks this summer.
Well, it sounds
But
like I am mentally planning a trip to come and see you to go thrifting.
go thrift. Yes, there's tons of new thrift stores here too. We've had a
Yeah.
bunch open recently. So,
That's awesome. Yeah. So,
well,
takeaways from this conversation.
hmm
What you got?
well, know your team and let them know
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Uh, the DISC assessments can change your workflow and your whole business.
Yeah, I 100% agree there. I really think that it's been good for me, even though I've taken a
Hmm
ton of personality tests, but just to see other people's as well.
Don't be afraid to stop and reassess and redistribute. Also, burnout doesn't have to be your default. Restructure before you hit the wall. So
Yeah.
the old adage, like you got to hustle. Sometimes you just have to align instead
Yes.
of hustling. You have to like center yourself,
Yes.
or you're just chasing your tail on a lot of times. So,
Yes. And we have
all
had to
right.
redistribute. We've
Mm-hmm.
had to do that before, and I feel like it was a good decision and
Mm-hmm.
it worked out for the best. And I highly recommend to all of my team, staff, employees, friends, whatever you want to call them, part head honchos of Kent Marketing that they all let me know if they need to redistribute. I think that's very helpful. Sometimes it's helpful just to change things up too for some people. And then some
Right.
people, according to the DISC assessment, love things to be the exact same way every single time. So, if you're running a small business or even running on fumes, check in with your people, Jodi.
Okay. Oh, is this whole podcast for me, Brand?
And if you are the people, send this episode to your boss, or maybe just write DISC assessment on a post-it and leave it somewhere mysterious.
Put it on your, what did you call it? The board, the to-do list
A
board?
Kanban board.
Is that where it's the to-do, doing, done? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll be back next week with more marketing tips, team talk, and the occasional overshare.
Until then, stay weird, stay working, and remember you don't have to burn out to build something.
Woo! All right,
Bye.
Brandy. We'll see you later. Bye. It's probably really loud.